Hey you guys, so it's been a while since I last posted, and it's been almost a week since the release of the Minecraft movie. I want to share my thoughts because I grew up playing the game and because why not? Now, I'm more of a Genshin content creator, but I did watch the movie, so again, why not? Now, one of the reasons I'm making this video is because many people think or thought that the movie was going to flop, but personally, I don't think it will. This video does contain some spoilers. If you haven't watched it, then go do that already. First, I want to talk about the good things that I liked about the movie. First, everyone said after watching the trailer that it didn't really look like the actual game because of how textured it was. And I have to say that I do agree. However, it did make it a little more realistic. For example, I really liked how the piglins looked. Like every time they move, you can see their muscles moving as well, and it made it, I don't know, it just looked cool. As well as the iron golems, they looked shiny and they're just what you would expect if you saw them in real life. So, while they may, you know, go a little softer on the texturing, it's not the worst thing, and I don't think it'll hurt your eyes that much. My second point is that the movie was so nostalgic because they brought YouTubers to make cameos in it. For example, in one scene, Dan TDM, Afmao, and Ali Shadow Lady were there during an auction. Though they didn't have any lines, like, for example, MatPat in the FNAF movie, it was still awesome to see them because they were from my childhood and it made the movie more enjoyable. I could also hear people from my back pointing them out, being like, oh, that's Afmao. There were also many jokes that I found funny. Some of them are corny, but what do you expect from a kids movie? Though I will say that I think that they could have added more adult jokes to balance the kid friendliness with the older generation so that the adults who are watching the movie with their kids can also join in on the fun even though they don't really understand the game. Next, it mostly followed vanilla game mechanics. I say mostly because some of them were like disobeyed. Like for example, Jack Black was spawning random blocks behind him in the first few scenes of the movie. And then one of the characters also created or crafted a tater tots gun. And when they were spawning iron golems for like the big battle at the end of the movie, they put swiftness boots on one of them to make the iron golem move faster. These are things that you can't really do in the actual game without add-ons or mods. So I guess it's cool because it shows how creative the game is. I don't really know what else to say about it, but yeah. And also, since it's Minecraft, they got really creative with creating the environment. For example, when Steve first got into the Minecraft world, he started building random stuff that a real life player would do. The movie also had the original game music, or maybe remastered versions, and it was very nostalgic. It was so nice hearing things from the actual game. It made me connect more with the movie, and it helped separate the like Minecraft world from the real world in the movie so that you know which scene is which if you're not already familiar with the game. All in all, the movie was very exciting. You know, again, there are corny scenes and awkward ones, but you wouldn't find yourself getting bored because there's a lot to see in the movie and may you feel like you're a player again. Now, moving on to the things that I didn't really like about the movie. First, okay, this might be considered as nitpicking, and I don't really know how to form my thoughts around it, but I don't really understand the setting of the movie. It was very retro, like for example, the credit scenes at the end, the fonts, the colors. I don't know, it's not something that we've seen in Minecraft. I guess this is somewhat connected to my next point is that I expected it to be like Jumanji. Like they were all sucked up into the console, but in this case, the Minecraft movie characters were sucked into a portal. It does make sense because it is Minecraft, but I don't know. I just thought that they would be sucked into a computer. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. Regarding textures, again, or well, not really, more of the game mechanics. I do think that it could have been connected more to the actual game. For example, how come there weren't any regular skeletons? I think there were, but I didn't see them. But at the first night, when the main characters entered the Minecraft world, they were being chased by spider jockeys. And all of the skeletons had enchanted bows, which is something that you wouldn't see in the actual game. I don't know, like maybe it could have been more connected to the original game mechanics. And then next, people were right about the lighting because many people complained about how the lighting behind the characters made them look out of place. Unfortunately, it does look like that because in some scenes it didn't even look like they were in the Minecraft world. For example, at the end of the movie, Steve was singing to his wolf and Jack Black looked like he was green screened onto the Minecraft world. It didn't look real. It looked so fan made and it turned me off a little. And also story wise, I guess I kind of had an issue with the brother and sister. They sort of had this feud where like the brother was felt like he was being misunderstood by his older sister, and while they did resolve their feud in the end, I don't really think that they had enough scenes for me to really say that they've made it up. Like, sure, you can argue that, siblings, they don't always outright say sorry to each other, but it's like they kind of just hugged it out, and I think there could have been more scenes or lines to really develop their characters or the relationship of their characters rather. And I guess the last thing that I want to bring up is the poster, like the main poster. Emma Myers looked so weird. They did her so wrong. They could have done something else or something like, ugh. I'm sorry, this might be controversial. It just didn't look good. It could have been better. But, at the end of this, I don't think the movie is a flop despite all the things I said because first of all, I think that it was marketed very well. I remember at the mall that I watched it at, they had like a Minecraft pop-up booth where they were selling merchandise and a lot of kids were attracted to that. And then they also had merchandise, for example, McDonald's with their Happy Meal and the Netherite sauce. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. But there was also Adidas collabing with Minecraft. They had the Minecraft jackets or shoes. And they also had, I think it was Garrett, the garbage guy's pink jacket that you could get. I don't think it's really great. It's not something I would wear, but they got their marketing done. They really did their promotions. Next, the movie is very nostalgic. I think people have been asking for a Minecraft movie for years and they finally got it. The movie is very kid friendly. So if you're a parent or a guardian, whether or not you like Minecraft and you just want your kid to watch something or have fun, Minecraft is, the movie for that. They're not gonna get bored. There's lots of things for them to absorb. There's also big names in the movie like Jennifer Coolidge and Jack Black, Jason Momoa. We also have the girl from Orange is the New Black and Wednesday. Sorry, I don't recognize the kid. But yeah, I think that big names attract viewers to the movie. And also, story-wise, it's not the worst. I do agree that it is predictable, but it's not that bad. I still found myself enjoying it, and yeah, maybe I'm just being biased, but it wasn't the worst story. I think the only time I do expect the movie to flop is if Minecraft wasn't a big game in the first place. Like, if nobody knew what Minecraft was, then people would probably, crap on it and say that it looks weird or something. I don't know. And if the players didn't get what they wanted or expected from the Minecraft movie, then they would boycott this thing just the way people boycotted Snow White 2025, dude. So, yeah, I still recommend watching the movie, especially if you want your kid to have a good time, or if you're a Minecraft player yourself. Despite all my bad points, despite all the criticisms on the internet, it's still a Minecraft movie at the end of the day, and it's still pretty enjoyable. So, yeah, there's that. Thanks, guys.